Talk Show Time Machine!
Last week in Talk Show Time Machine, we had Air Bud, Lincoln, and Marilyn Monroe. Today, we have a flapper girl from the 1920s, Roberta Bondar, the first female Canadian astronaut, and Brooke Claxton. First up, the flapper girl. They're going to be talking to us about the Canadian-American relationship throughout the years. So, tell us what it's like to be living in the 1920s.
Oh, the 1920s are very fun because of all the entertainment we have. My friends and I love going to the movies, and my favorite movie at the moment is The Scarlet Letter. My favorite actress, Lillian Gish, is in it. Also, my friends and I just love going out dancing and listening to the big and new jazz on the radio. One broadcast I particularly enjoy is called Cinema Theater. Although it's broadcast from New York City, I still pick it up at home.
Sounds like America's influencing you.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. The Americans have influenced our entertainment very much. Also, after being introduced to the various styles of entertainment from the Americans, us Canadians were able to add our own personal touch. Great actresses like Mae Irwin and Barbara Kent, some of my favorites, were both from Canada. It gave us a name in the entertainment industry and proved that Canada is a very refined country where people are prosperous enough to have leisure time.
Okay, well, thank you, Stacy. After this commercial, we'll be talking to the Minister of Defense from 1946 to 1954, Brooke Claxton. Welcome back to Talk Show Time Machine. Now give a warm welcome to Brooke Claxton. Thank you for having me, now tell us what was going on while you were Minister of Defense.
Well, the Minister of Defense is responsible for the Navy, Army, and the safety of Canadians and Canada. I was the Minister of Defense during the Cold War, when the United States and the Soviet Union was in rivalry.
You must have had to make big decisions for Canada during that time period.
Oh yes, very big decisions, because Canada was so close to the United States. In 1949, I decided that Canada would join NATO. NATO was an agreement signed by the United States of America, Canada, France, Britain, Benelux, Denmark, Iceland, Norway, Portugal, Greece, and Italy. The agreement meant that they had to protect each other against the Soviet Union attacks.
Was Canada on the side of the United States or the Soviet Union?
Canada was a middle power, which meant that we didn't have anything against the Soviets, and we would often talk to the Soviet leader, but we did help the Americans quite a bit.
So, NATO helped Canada build its identity?
Oh yes, of course it did. Canada has the identity of being a peacekeeping country, and the American influence contributed to the development of it. Because the Americans depend on Canada, it put us in the position to be a middle power. Being a middle power meant that we were talked to both sides, to both the Soviets and the Americans, even though we did help the Americans. We then were seen as a country that helped keep peace within other countries. Because we signed NATO, we were seen as a country willing to put ourselves in danger to help other countries, and all we wanted was peace.
Now give a big hand to Roberta Bondar, the first Canadian female astronaut. Welcome. So tell us, how cool is it to be an astronaut?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. Honestly, just being in space, it's just indescribable. I've only been on one mission, but it was just, I can't even explain how awesome it was to just be in space and see Earth all in space. And I'm just really lucky that America and Canada decided to have a partnership within their space agency. So since Canada doesn't have its own launching station, we would always go to America to launch alongside their own crew members and join together as one team.
So tell me about the Canadarm. Do you think it is a great Canadian invention?
Oh, absolutely. The Canadarm is one of Canada, in my opinion, one of Canada's greatest inventions. It has been used numerous times on numerous missions to do many different things that would have been really hard to do and would have been really hard to upkeep in space. But since 1981, it has just been to space so many times. And if you don't know what the Canadarm is, it is pretty much just like a robotic arm that would attach to the shuttle so that when you go off to space you can remote control the arm just like a normal arm, although it's obviously a little bit more robotic. And you are able to do many different tasks, such as like attach onto an astronaut that's maybe going outside for a spacewalk, or even fix and repair things.
So that's what makes it so special?
Well, it allows us to be able to easily repair things in space. And so, for instance, let's say something gets clogged and you'd have to go outside to fix it, such as when we use it to fix the waste disposer. It makes that job a lot easier because we don't have to go outside and risk that. We can just use that to fix it. Also, there are cameras on the arm which give us a better picture of the shuttle itself. So it's a little bit more of a safety and security thing that way, so we can also see the astronauts in the shuttle and how it's doing.
So the American-Canadian relationship within the space program helped build Canada's identity.
Yeah, it did, because had America and Canada not partnered up with the space program, the Canadarm might not have been invented. So Canada might not have its world known for its robotics, creativity, and as a leader in robotics technology.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Talk Show Time Machine. I would like to thank my Canadian guests, Stacy, the Flapper Girl.
Thank you.
Brooke Claxton,
thank you very
the
much
Minister of
for having
Defense.
me.
And Roberta Bondar, the first Canadian female astronaut.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks for joining us.
And it's time to dance! Okay,